Phoenix prepares for the visit. President Trump supporters lining up, thousands gathering at this hour. Despite the mayor's request that the president delay his rally, President Trump landing in Arizona. The Republican governor will not attend. We're on the scene. Also tonight, the tornado watch right now in the Northeast across several states. Severe storms moving through, already deadly flash flooding. One driver washed away, an entire family and their dogs stranded on their rooftop. The grim discovery on board that U.S. Navy ship in flooded compartments. After that second major collision, Bob Woodruff is there. The escape and the urgent manhunt at this hour, authorities say they're armed and dangerous. Inmates breaking free. And the very close encounter on the East Coast. The great white, the blood in the water, swimmers running.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Tuesday night. And President Trump has arrived in Arizona. The mayor of Phoenix had asked him to delay that rally, but it will go on tonight. Supporters gathering a week after criticism over his handling of Charlottesville. His first stop tonight in Yuma, paying a visit to the U.S. Border Patrol there. While in Phoenix, thousands lining up all day long. Arizona's Republican governor will skip the event. ABC's chief national correspondent Tom Yamas leading us off.
In Phoenix, the red hat-wearing faithful are lining up here to see President Trump, who ignored a plea from the city's mayor to postpone tonight's rally because emotions were still too raw after Charlottesville.
Jews will not replace us!
The president blamed the violence in Charlottesville on both sides, even seeming to praise some of those who marched with torches.
You had some very bad people in that group, but you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
Just moments ago, the president touching down in Arizona, visiting a border patrol station, meeting with Marines, and checking out a Predator drone. In his primetime speech last night, the president tried to strike a chord of unity.
When we open our hearts to patriotism, there is no room for prejudice, no place for bigotry, and no tolerance for hate.
But will he stick to that tone tonight? Arizona's governor is staying away from the rally, and the mayor of Phoenix, a Democrat, is worried, saying Trump has doused racial tensions with gasoline.
What would you tell the president?
Well, look, the president blew it after Charlottesville. I mean, it was really a failure of moral leadership. But you know what? We're a country of second chances. My polite advice to the president, take advantage of this opportunity.
The mayor is expecting tens of thousands of protesters tonight, but Team Trump also out in force.
These people have been waiting hours, some since 7 o'clock this morning. There's a clear enthusiasm from these Trump supporters that they want to see the president speak. Tell me why you drove 18 hours from Kansas.
I want to come down here to show my support for Trump and let him know that his base still stands firmly behind him.
You want to hear about unity?
Yeah, I want to hear about unity. I want to hear about bringing the country together. I want everybody to come together and stop with the hate.
And Tom Yamas with us live tonight from Phoenix. And Tom, one person not expected at that rally tonight, controversial former Arizona Sheriff Joe Arpaio, of course, a huge supporter of the president's. Arpaio was recently, we reported, convicted of violating a court order to stop detaining suspected undocumented immigrants. Tom, you know there has been some speculation the president could be considering whether to pardon Arpaio.
Yeah, the president has even said he's seriously considering Arpaio, and some believed it could happen at this event. The mayor said if that were to happen, some of the protesters behind me would erupt and there would be real violence. Tonight, the White House saying that's not going to happen. David?
Tom Yamas leading us off from Arizona tonight. Tom, thank you. President Trump addressing the nation last night, revealing a new strategy for Afghanistan, promising, quote, overwhelming force, without saying how many more American troops he'll send. Tonight, ABC's chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz asking the Secretary of State, do Americans deserve to know how many more sons and daughters will be sent?
A rare public about-face for President Trump. Before he came to office,
Let's get with it. Get out of Afghanistan.
also tweeting, we have wasted an enormous amount of blood and treasure in Afghanistan, but now...
My original instinct was to pull out. And historically, I like following my instincts. But all my life, I've heard that decisions are much different when you sit behind the desk in the Oval Office.
President Trump, in that primetime address, said his strategy will be different than his predecessors. No nation building, no arbitrary timetables. The president promised to wipe out terrorists.
When America commits its warriors to battle, we must ensure they have every weapon to apply swift, decisive, and overwhelming force.
But the president would not say how many additional troops. And at the State Department today,
don't the American people deserve to know approximately how many more of their sons and daughters will be going back to Afghanistan in a war that's lasted nearly 16 years?
We're not going to signal ahead an increase, a decrease, the timing of any of that. It will be driven by conditions on the ground.
And Martha Raddatz with us live tonight from Washington. And Martha, we do know that the Secretary of Defense was considering about 4,000 additional troops. Any new indication tonight of a possible number we're looking at here?
Well, Secretary Mattis said today there's a number he's authorized to go up to, but wouldn't say what that is. But the top commander for the region said today you could see additional troops heading into Afghanistan within days or weeks. David?
Within days or weeks. Martha Raddatz tonight. Martha, thank you. Next this evening, a tornado watch across several states here in the Northeast right now. Already severe from Kentucky all the way up through Maine. 20 million Americans in the zone. A flash flood emergency in the Kansas City area. A family of 7 right there and their pets trapped on their roof. The path of that possible tornado threat right now from Ginger in a moment. But first, Alex Perez from the storm zone.
Tonight, the deadly flash flood emergency, trapping families in their homes. Parts of the Kansas City metro area getting up to 10 inches of torrential rain. More than 160 water rescues. One man caught in high water, losing his life.
Rushing water is a whole nother animal. It can move a great deal of weight with its force and can literally sweep those cars off of the roads very quickly.
Firefighters using their ladder truck to save a woman clinging to a tree after floodwaters pinned her vehicle.
They got her safely out of the trees.
And 7 members of the Yepes family with their pets trapped on their roof for hours.
Look at the flow of the water here, and that's what they're going to have to overcome to be able to rescue this family.
We woke up around like 4:30. And then it was already too late to take anything out. We just got on the roof, and we kept calling the police.
Finally rescued with the help of Good Samaritans.
Everybody hold on.
That storm system now on the move, threatening millions in the Northeast. And David, you can see the power of those raging floodwaters picking up this massive propane tank and slamming it right into this building. This time of year, this area usually sees about 4 inches of rain. So far, they've gotten about 18 inches this past month. David?
Incredible scene there today. Alex, thank you. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z live along the West Side Highway tonight, tracking those thunderstorms and possible tornado threat here in the Northeast tonight. Hi, Ginger.
Hi there, David. A hot and humid one here in New York City ahead of that serious line of thunderstorms. I want to take you to the map and the warnings and watches tonight. There are at least a dozen severe thunderstorm warnings out there. There have already been 70 severe storm reports. And you can see the watch stretch from Kentucky to Maine, that tornado watch in western New York, parts of Pennsylvania, and Vermont. We're going to get rid of this front by tomorrow morning, dry out, cool off, and let the storms go.
Ginger, you're also watching the tropics tonight. One of those systems you were telling us could possibly impact Texas and the U.S. later this week.
We've got a stubborn one, David. This one, Harvey, the remnants of, still over the Yucatan, trying to redevelop over the Gulf. And that would be a Friday night into Saturday morning storm for South Texas.
Ginger Z with us tonight. Ginger, good to see you back here in New York after the great eclipse with us yesterday. Ginger, thanks. We turn next to other news tonight and the disaster at sea. The Navy searching for the sailors missing after the USS John S. McCain collided with an oil tanker. And tonight on that battered ship, a very difficult discovery. ABC's Bob Woodruff is in Singapore.
Today, search and rescue teams locating the first remains of those 10 missing sailors from the USS John S. McCain, found in flooded compartments aboard the ship. The commander of the Pacific Fleet telling us he's not ready to give up hope.
There's always hope. You know, that sailors are resilient.
That collision happening here in the Strait of Malacca, one of the busiest and most dangerous choke points for shipping in the world. The tanker slamming into the Navy destroyer just before dawn. Some sailors still sleeping at the time of impact. Their quarters flooding in seconds as they scrambled up small exits like this one. This latest accident, the Navy's second after the USS Fitzgerald collided with a container ship 2 months ago killing 7 sailors.
We will conduct a thorough and full investigation into this collision, what occurred, what happened, and how it happened. One tragedy like this is one too many.
Navy divers now weaving through the mangled maze below deck, and for the families of the USS McCain, an agonizing wait. 22-year-old Kenneth Smith from Michigan is among the missing.
I just want to be over there searching. His father and I couldn't be prouder of our son. He's a great kid. He's a hero.
Now, tonight, the president is extending his thoughts and prayers to the families of the missing sailors. And as the sun comes up here in Singapore, David, those searchers will be out again today.
All right, Bob Woodruff in Singapore for us. Bob, thank you. From Spain tonight, chilling revelations about the terror plot in Barcelona. Authorities say it could have been much worse. The 4 surviving members of the alleged terror cell in court for the first time today. One testifying the group planned to use explosives to attack Barcelona's iconic cathedral, the Sagrada Familia, and other city monuments. But after those explosives accidentally blew up at the home they were in by accident, they then chose to act quickly to use that van to attack tourists, killing 13. Back here at home tonight into the firestorm involving President Trump's Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and his wife Louise Linton. It was sparked by Linton's photo on Instagram showing the couple stepping off a government plane. And in that Instagram post, she tagged all of the high-end designer labels she was wearing. One American mom responded, and then so did Linton. Here's ABC's Mary Bruce.
A glamorous woman stepping off a private jet, windswept, a luxury handbag in tow. It's a familiar scene on Instagram, but tonight this post is sparking outrage. Why? Because that's Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and his wife, Scottish actress Louise Linton, returning from an official trip, and that's a government plane. Linton posted the photo bragging about her head-to-toe designer outfit. Great day trip to Kentucky, she wrote. Hashtag Tom Ford Sonny's Hermes scarf, Valentino. Secretary Mnuchin is a wealthy former Goldman Sachs executive.
So help me God. So help me God.
He married Linton recently in a lavish ceremony, attended by the president and first lady. Online, the backlash to Linton's post was as fierce as her fashion. Glad we could pay for your little getaway. Hashtag deplorable, wrote Jenny Miller, a mother of 3 from Portland, Oregon. But Linton fired back, writing, "Have you given more to the economy than me and my husband? Either as an individual earner in taxes or in self-sacrifice to your country? Pretty sure the amount we sacrifice per year is a lot more than you'd be willing to sacrifice." Adding, "You're adorably out of touch."
Mary Bruce with us live tonight from Washington. And Mary, word just in that Louise Linton is now apologizing.
Yeah, Linton just released a statement saying her post was inappropriate and highly insensitive. And tonight, the Treasury Department tells us the Mnuchins are going to reimburse the government for Linton's travel and that she received no compensation for mentioning those products. David.
Mary Bruce tonight. Mary, thanks. We switch gears here. The Powerball jackpot is now approaching record territory, a $700 million jackpot. It's the second biggest in the history of the game. No one has matched all 6 numbers since the middle of June. And if it seems that these winless streaks are lasting longer and longer, you're right. ABC's Gio Benitez tonight explaining why.
Tonight, the countdown clock to riches is ticking.
I got the millions right here.
With no winner on Saturday, tomorrow's Powerball jackpot is now $700 million. That lump sum payment, more than $443 million. The last time someone matched all 5 numbers plus the Powerball, more than 2 months ago. So why the huge jackpots? Well, Powerball officials added more numbers to the mix, making it easier to win smaller prizes, but lengthening the odds for the jackpot from 1 in 175 million to 1 in 292 million. And this jackpot has already rolled over 20 times since June 14th. It's approaching record territory. The biggest jackpot ever, $1.6 billion. One of those 2 winning tickets sold to a lucky family at this convenience store in Chino Hills last year. That morning, it looked like most of the town was celebrating inside. And David, tonight some tips from billionaire Mark Cuban. If you win that Powerball, he says first, hire a tax attorney, don't take the lump sum. And he says, remember, it's just money, it's not happiness. David.
But as many say, it helps. Gio Benitez tonight. Thank you, and good luck to everyone. There's still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Tuesday. A high school freshman collapsing during football practice and dying. That headline coming in today. Also, the urgent manhunt at this hour. 2 inmates breaking free Authorities believe they are armed and dangerous and where they're searching tonight. A new round in the wireless wars tonight. It's your money, this time involving unlimited data and your family plan.